those that obviously are aware, this is the video to go with the big vlog. Although I can't show you unfortunately the bus because I'm not allowed to film inside the garage. I could take it outside the garage and film it that it's stored in. But currently I'm not allowed to film inside it. I'm going to see if I can take photographs of what I'm doing with it, so at least I can give you a written blog, and then talk through the photographs with the computer with a commentary over the top, and see if they shed, the people that I'm leasing the shed off will allow me to do that. I mean, I can film once from outside the shed, but obviously stuff like what I'm going to talk about today we couldn't do outside the shed, because getting it back in the shed would be a good laugh. So I was a bit blocked in. So what did we do on day one? Well, we had a few issues. We had the reversing lights didn't work. We had the warning panel that fell out. The warning horn didn't work. And I bought new zesty blinds that needed changing as well. As it was our first chance to have a look over the bus properly, without having to rush and stuff like that. I also had a steering pump issue. It was like trying to grind metal when steering. Not very good. So we started off that day with looking actually over the bus. Started with the reversing lights. Now, the reversing lights was a bit of an issue. There was a schematic in the bus for the fuse panel. However, that schematic was from when the fuse panel had roller blinds and roller motors, and it had LED blinds in it. So that was a new fuse board that was in there. So we couldn't find the fuse for or the relay for the reversing lights and horn. However, our lovely mechanic does have the schematic, but we didn't have it on us for that board, so we can look at fixing it next Sunday when I'm there, hopefully. So we was unable to fix that issue. We then set about the warning lights. Excuse me. So here now, you see, I'm in my flat. We do have the, I'm going to switch to this other camera. We do have the warning light panel here, which I can give you a close up here. Excuse my kitchen. So this has all the warning lights on it. All the bulbs correspond to warning lights. It has the typical Volvo connector on the back. To change these, it's just a case of twist, pull out. We do plan on changing these eventually for an LED version, just because they last longer, brighter in the daylight. That's the main reason for that. The little white box is from Alliance Electronics. They've obviously redone this at some point. As you can see, around the sides here, it's been damaged and the lip's starting to come off, which forced the actual metal panel open and to break the metal panel. So we're rebuilding that, wiping the PCB down, because as you can see it's full of crap there. So all that's going to get wiped down, so it's going to look new. So that was the warning light. That's the actual warning cluster. Then we had, I've repaired this already. We do have the warning panel. However, I am on the look for a new one of these because someone stuck a screwdriver through there. Not very nice. So that's that, but that'll do us for now. It was this bit that was the main of the issues, which has been repaired. So this is the actual bit that fits on like that and holds the little panel in. Because this was broken, the little panel fell out and went down into the dashboard, and coincidentally then was held together with blue tack while we got it back. So I've just PVA'd the ends there. I'm going to put cement on them, plastic cement that you get in like model kits I'm going to do. Does mean we've still got this hole here, but we'll rebuild that in its situ. Means it's a bit more difficult to get it out again, but we will rebuild that just in its situ where it is. If not, just ignore it for now. It's only a minor thing. So when all this is reassembled, it should look like this. Let me just reassemble it. It's not going to be perfect because the actual wooden bit doesn't fit properly. The actual bits don't fit properly, but you can get an idea of what it should look like. That will look something like that. Obviously this side will fit down properly. It's just a bit off at the moment, but it'll look something like that and then go into the dashboard, obviously. And that's that. That's getting repaired later on. This is the one that's going to need a bit of metal work done to it. This is, as you can see, the actual metal panel from the bus itself. So the parking brake there and the suspension control there, because it is a kneeling vehicle. And then the warning light panel, which is now just over there, goes in that hole there. So because that was broke, this has eventually snapped and sheared this metal work off here. However, I'm just going to braze it down and re-tack it across and straighten it out, because as you can see it's not exactly that straight. So then that can go back on the vehicle someday as well. Just put that down there. So then we had, well, we're a bit stuck on things to do because we'd taken all this out. So we had an idea. We looked at what gauges we were missing, because we were missing our oil pressure gauge and our battery gauge. So we had a look at what we were missing in the dashboard as well. We had a look at the CCTV that's in the vehicle to work out what cameras worked, which ones, because we want to replace one with the back to put at the back of the vehicle as a reversing camera. But we were trying to work out which cameras are working and which ones aren't, because there's no DVR, so we just got a shite ton of cables going into the box, and admittedly, yes, some don't work. But then we took to, because we wanted to make the day worthwhile, because where it's stored, it's about an hour's drive from where I live, so we wanted to make sure the day was worthwhile. So already have sold my LED blinds and I bought a new controller already for the flip matrix so I can program them without any issues. So I got my DG3. My flip blinds aren't arrived yet. They should arrive in the next few days. So we set about removing the Desti blinds. I am going to try and get a picture of what it's like up there. I might have to add some blur to the background just so you can't see anything else. But the back one come out, not an issue. Side one, not an issue. The front one, however, needs a complete rebuild because the blind didn't fit. So what they did was budgeting. So we had to remove everything out the front of the bus to be able to get the front blind out. We then also had, which one's off my bus? That's off the DG3. So this was off my vehicle. So this had the derricking like that. So that didn't fit properly in the vehicle. So that's getting remade tonight, but obviously to the that's the DG3 one, so it's just been remade. I think we're looking at cutting this one down slightly, because this is a better metal than that one is. I'm not too sure what the plans were with that one. I just know he's doing it for me. So this Do It Plus is on eBay now. because it needs to be sold. So we've got the clips as well for it. So yeah, that needs to be sold. So that's getting sold as we speak. Probably it'll already be sold, hopefully, or it'll still be on eBay after this video has been aired. We'll just have to see with that one. So yes, that is what we've been doing with the vehicle. It's all little minor things that we're doing at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to get out and show you around it more shortly. We should have to be able to get it out the shed. As I've got the handbrake panel here and the handbrake is flapping around in the breeze in the dashboard at the moment. It ain't going anywhere quickly. Although it is drivable. I just wouldn't like to take it out on the road with a dodgy handbrake. So that's how far we've got with it. So until next time, when I can provide you a little bit more footage, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget, on Patreon you'll be getting, if you do support us and you do sub tier to the B10 tier, not too sure what you get at the moment, but we'll try and give you no extra updates that we're not actually ever going to release to general public, no different pictures and stuff like that we're not going to release to the general public for you. So yeah, so if anyone's got any spare parts for a B10 BLE, warning panels, gauges, because we need gauges, you know, just anything is a great help for us. Just let us know in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Bye.